we once shared. And I must have been blind just to think I'd find someone new, one who loved me better than you. Well, it made us home as they surprise. Loneliness has opened my eyes. I tried every love I could find. Still I can't get you out of my mind. 'Cause there's no one in the world to love me. No one in the world's gonna move me. No one in the world can love me like you do, baby.
Hello and welcome back. I am Eva. This here, or you can call me Suki. This is the Dodo, and we back with another gameplay, y'all. So I think now let's do a little inconvenience. Let's see what this is about. Did I do it right? Taking forever to load. Warning. A Little Inconvenience is a 17 plus game. I guess 17 years old plus. That contains the following content: blood, grotesque discussion of cutting up fish, i.e. blood, fish guts, their smell, etc., kidnapping, manipulation, murder, stalking, and an unhealthy obsession with another human being. This game also contains flashing and flickering lights, which can be turned off in the settings. Please be advised while playing and take care of yourself. By clicking OK, you are confirming that you are okay with viewing the aforementioned content. For sure. Accessibility options. These can be changed at any time in the options. Open dyslexic because I'm dyslexic. Okay, we can do
accessibility option. Self-voicing disabled.
Yeah, I could turn that off. Okay, here we go. Love always begins with a flicker. For us, that flicker happened 1 year ago inside of the quickie shop when I hurried out from my car to avoid the torrential downpour outside. I had a long, mundane day at the fish market. Taking out the fish from the week's shipment, cutting and cleaning them while their blood and guts got on me. Dealing with pesky customers. The place used to smell rancid. The customers used to be kind and warm, but slowly all of that disappeared. It felt like I walked into a space of nothingness, operating on instinct until I got home and did the same there. Oh wow. Even the euphoric feeling of cutting open the fish and seeing their blood slowly seep out into the white cutting board dulled on me. Everything in my life up to that point used to make me feel something became nothing. That was until I heard the angelic voice of yours. Welcome on in. What should have been just an in and out visit at the convenience store to grab some cheap beer became a spark that restarted my heart. I looked up and saw you, a shining ray of light in a boring world of gray. You were looking up from your phone as if my presence allured you. I saw your eyebrows quirk ever so slightly, and that's when I realized we'd been staring at one another far too long. But could you blame me? Your face was enchanting. It seemed like God had put all his time into creating the perfect person. Your beautiful brown eyes and your soft round face, adorably pinchable cheeks, enhanced by the perfect touches of makeup that help bring out your beauty inside and out. Turning my head forward, I walked, not rushed, over to the coolers and picked out a random 19-ounce beer can. I grabbed some snacks on the way to the register, some sugary candy and a bag of chips. I wonder what you thought of me when I came up to you with my random assortment of goods. Hopefully nothing too awful. That's when I took notice of your scratched up name tag written in faded black marker, and it was your name. What is your name, my angel? Suki. Let me see that. That's when I took notice of your scratched up name tag written in faded black marker. Was your name Suki? What a beautiful name. You're having a movie night? You asked me such a simple question while scanning my items. I honestly wasn't expecting the small talk. Oh, I was just assuming that that's what your plans were based on your selection. Candy, chips, and a nice cold drink make a late night movie 10 times better. I didn't plan on it. It's been a day, but I guess a movie would be better than just sitting around, yeah? You shrugged your shoulders. Maybe my idea of fun might be different from yours. At the time, your idea of fun sounded better than anything I could ever come up with. Even now, it's still true. But if you need some movie recommendations, I'm always happy to give you some, free of charge, of course. Your smile radiated such a welcoming warmth, and I remember feeling the world around me grow brighter because of it. Sure. Hit me with them. If you're not a scaredy cat, I recommend The House Down on the River or Satan's Advocate. But if you're into thrillers, Blink Thrice is a must watch. Oh, I love Blink Thrice. I nervously gripped at my shark tooth necklace, twirling it around in between my fingers. Really? That one's a sleeper hit. So I don't know anyone else who's seen it before. Well, now you do. I remember smiling and throwing a casual wink your way, but I don't know how it came across. My smile would never be as charming as yours, but I can only hope that it's at least a fraction as good. It must have been passable because you chuckled in response. Well, then you should definitely watch one of the other one, Rex. You seem like a Satan's advocate kind of guy. If you ever come back here and you need to tell me what you thought of it, promise? My mind lingered on your proposal as you stuffed my purchases into medium-sized brown bags with the words "Have a nice day" on the front. You then put that into another bag as insurance from the rain outside. You wanted to see me again? I remember thinking that to myself. It was strange to hear that said so genuinely instead of empty words that were only ever exchanged as a form of politeness. Your tone was casual, but it didn't lack emotion. There was a subtle hint of cheerfulness behind it. You were seriously looking forward to the prospect of seeing me again. It was a breath of fresh air to see someone be so truthful and kind. So that's why I responded the way I did, with the same level of genuineness that you showed me. I promise. Your eyes twinkled like a beautiful star in the night sky, and my heart fluttered at the stunning sight. How did you manage to get more beautiful each passing second? Awesome. It'll be fun to have a regular to talk movies with. You pressed a few buttons on the POS. Alright, your total comes out to $16.72. I didn't want our thrilling interaction to end, but I couldn't push my luck. I knew that much at least. Although I saw you as the one, I was just a stranger to you. But in time, I'd become something more. I slid my card into the reader. I hesitated to take it out when the reader beeped the first time and quickly glanced at you one last time before retrieving it. Have a safe trip home, okay? Vision's horrible out there. Thanks, and you as well. Bad. I bowed to my head a couple of times and jetted out of there back to my car. The sounds of outside world, the sharp dinging of the convenience store bell, the rain, and me slamming my car door closed when I entered. All of it was drowned out by my unsteady heart rate. The drive home was a complete blur because I only had you on my mind. Even during the movie, as I took sips of my cheap beer, all I could think about was you, and somehow thinking of you made the beer taste a bit better than it had any right to. As I got ready for bed, I turned to the counter where the extra brown paper bag stood completely safe from the rain. That extra insurance you gave me, you didn't need to do that, but you did. You thought of my well-being at that moment. You wanted to make my life easier. Sucky. My slender hand caressed the bag in the same spots your hand had touched it. A sensation ran down my spine. The last time I felt this way was when I first started gutting the fish back at the fish shop. That's kind of weird. That was one of the feelings I've missed, but you brought it back to me. I hugged the bag and it crinkled up under my thighs, my tight embrace, as I imagined it were you in my arms. Thank you for gifting me with your presence. This nigga crazy for real. Yeah. As a thank you, I'll become something you treasure internally. Shit. You just don't know yet. Crazy. 1 year later, Suki's POV. Okay, I got my own POV. I'm fucking with that. Sometimes I wonder if it's okay being content with a life like mine. People always have high ambitions for life. Some want to star in a blockbuster movie, others want to become a star athlete, and there are a few who want to hold sold-out concerts at Madison Square Garden, or run Grotto 1st of May. Me, I'm just okay with living a mundane life. I wake up, pet my dog, Oreo, take some time to look over my pottery that I've been working on, go to my job, and then come back home and have a nice warm dinner waiting for me. Job part sucks, but what a job doesn't suck at least a little bit. What job don't suck at least a little bit, I'm sorry. Especially customer service. But being an assistant GM is a job that pays the bills and a little extra. A happy life with the job that pays enough and gives me enough time to just breathe so I can do my own little adventures. What's not to love about a life like that? But I can't help but wonder how others view my life. Not that I care about what they have to say. After hearing my long-winded spiel, my boss shoots me a worried look. Maybe I should have left the bit about my job out. Then again, he knows the woes I suffer better than anyone, as someone who's been running his own business for 20 plus years. Suki, you're young. You should be living life to the... I raise my hand and he stops in his tracks. Boss, I appreciate you throwing your old wisdom on me, but like I said, I'm fine. Besides, I don't need you spewing all of that. I wish I did more when I was useful, when I was a youthful lad. I was not going to use those exact words, but you understand why I'm concerned for you, right? But I'm happy. There is nothing wrong with being content with the cozy little life with the occasional thrill here and there. I don't need the life of a movie star or have to do death-defying stunts that I can cross off my bucket list to have a fulfilling life. My life as it is perfect. Listen, there's only 4 individuals in my life who can have an opinion on what I do. Oreo, my parents, and before I can finish my thought, my boss, who's buying a few items, the sharp sound of the store bell rings. And in walks Darius, who's wearing his signature bag, wearing a signature bag of his. Despite all of this time, is still in impeccable condition. It makes me wonder, does he wear the same one day in and day out, or does he replace it with new ones every day? Suki, it's good to see you again. You always say that, Darius. You know I'm stuck working the afternoon to night shift until this bozo over here decides to stop making my life hell. Darius stops and stares at my boss through that one eye hole in his mask. You asked for this shift. I playfully shoved his arm. I know. I kid. You're kidding? Oh, okay. Darius made his way around my boss, not taking his eye off of him. I mean, the night shift can't be that bad, right? Plus, you changed shifts. You won't get to see your favorite customer ever again. In a Little Inconvenience, your choices can impact Suki's and Darius' relationship as well as his behavior. Your decisions will also affect the various scenes and will determine which ending you get. Be mindful of how you respond because it could mean life or death for multiple characters. Okay. True. You don't get off till 7. And what would I do without my favorite customer? Say nothing. I'll admit, despite how weird he looks, seriously, where did he get that bag from? Darius is a friendly dude. All my regulars are. But having someone around my age to talk to while at work is nice. He's incredibly patient and attentive. It doesn't matter what topic I throw at him, he's always willing to listen. He's learned who my favorite artists are. Is always eager to know what movies to watch, and even goes as far as to help me restock the store here and there. He's nice to have around. And if I couldn't see him much anymore, let alone at all, I think it'll sting a bit. And what would I do without my favorite customer? Darius scratches the bag sitting on top of his head and looked down at his sneakers, embarrassed, as if he wasn't expecting me to agree so eagerly. I'm glad I could be useful. Yes, you make it sound like you're useless sack of crap. Darius, having you around always lifts my spirits, especially on delivery days. Give yourself a bit more credit, yeah? Yeah, you're right, Suki. You're always right. My boss leans over the counter. I'll let you work your customer service magic in peace, Suki. Appreciate that. He quickly takes his paid items and hurries off to his office in the back. The bad customer in front of me peeks over the counter, and at the steel door a boss just escaped to. I didn't know he was going to be here today. He's never here. I had an issue with the card machines earlier, so he had to come in. Last thing I need is some maniac getting an attitude with me because I can only take cash. And if I was here to see that, they would have been taken care of. No need, Darius. I can handle them on my own. Plus, I would hate for you to put yourself in danger for my sake. But what if something happened to you? I would feel so guilty for standing by and not doing anything. Sorry, but I can't do that. For a moment, I stared at him with wide eyes. I wasn't expecting such a passionate answer from him. But is it out of genuine concern, or does he not believe I can protect myself? Because I can. And what about him? While I appreciate his concern, the fact that he doesn't trust me irks me. Maybe if I tell him I can handle those situations on my own, he'll ease up. I can handle danger on my own. I took plenty of self-defense classes when I was a teen, and let me tell you, those skills have not dulled one bit. You have? Yep. I also took a bit of karate, but that's when I was super young, and I don't think I made it past the yellow belt. Me either. He nods, taking in the information. I see. That's good to know and reassuring. But if anything were to happen and I'm overwhelmed, yes, you can help me out and kick some ass. But if that were to happen, maybe call the cops before intervening. Oh shit. Darius doesn't look like the type to fight, but I've seen leaner guys than him take someone down with a solid punch to the face or the nuts. Maybe all that time at the fish shop has taught him something. But at the same time, you never know what you could be up against. For all I know, the next person who walks in here could be a killer and they end up holding me up at gunpoint. See what this thumbnail was about, who this girl is. Who is this girl on my screen? Well, I am Eva. Now go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel. Yeah, all the things, because you're going to like it over here. You're going to love it over here. And if you don't, well, you don't. But I'm banking on that you will. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share it with your kinfolk. Swear. Deal? I put my hand out. He looks at it for a few seconds. Okay, I'll sweeten the deal. You'll get an extra free snack. Deal. He grabs my hand tightly and firmly shakes it. Note to self. Free snacks are the key to anyone's heart, especially Darius. Oh, that reminds me. I need to go get some. Work was so busy today, I couldn't even take my lunch break. Well, that's illegal. You sure you don't want something more filling instead? We have sandwiches, wings, and hot dogs. As if he was in a horror movie, Darius turns his head slowly to the roller grill cooker. Sitting there are 16 hot dogs that have remained untouched all day. I'll pass on the hot dog. Damn. I guess our hot dog sales will continue to be non-existent. Well, grab a sandwich at least. I'm sure there's something you'd like. Did you make them? Yep. He zooms toward the direction of the sandwiches. Well, that didn't take much convincing. Bending down, I look under the counter for the disinfectant and cloth. Jeez, we have so much receipt paper here. Wait, is that? Oh, gross. Mike left his container of half-eaten lunch here, and what I need would be behind it. I push it aside and hastily grab the disinfected in mangled yellow cloth. He's going to hear about this. Boo! Jesus Christ! Out of instinct, I tossed the bottle and cloth at the man who probably took 5 years off of my life. Despite the bottle almost colliding with his face, he's laughing his ass off as if someone just threw a pie at my face. Ha! You should have seen your face. Ha 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 ha. Tristan, what the fuck? You almost made me piss myself. Consider that payback for scaring me last week, right after I got out of the shower. Oh, come on. We were both laughing about it afterwards. Well, that's where you made your mistake. You thought you were safe. Little did you know, I was devising a plan to get you back. You sneaky little devil. You do know now I'm going to get you back, right? And thus our little game of payback will continue for all of eternity until we're on our deathbeds. And then we'll prank each other in the afterlife, where everyone around us will get sick of our shit. I'm sure they'll forgive us. Tristan kind of fine, I ain't gonna hold you. After all, we'll be the sexiest couple in the afterlife, or hottest, depending on where we end up. And who can stay mad at a super sexy hot people? No one. I can't help but chuckle at our make-believe scenario. Imagine us in heaven or hell, annoying the ever-loving crap out of our fellow angels or sinners. You're such a goober. Last time I checked, that was reason number 20 why you loved me. He's not wrong. He leans forward with a smirk. So, what are you doing here? Just wanted to see you. That's all. Hee hee. You couldn't wait 2 more hours like you normally do? Nope, my fragile little heart wouldn't have been able to bear it. He gives me a quick peck on the lips and stares to my gently rubbed hand and starts to gently rub my hands. I'm sorry. Mane down the forts here, well, like a good little assistant manager. Of course. That's why boss pays me the big bucks. You're right about that. He bumps my nose. So, I have something I need to talk to you about. I arch my brow. About what? Don't look at me like that. It's nothing serious. My friends and I were thinking of... Excuse me? A loud, annoying cough comes from behind Tristan and makes me jump. Shit. Tristan turns around and sees Darius standing right behind him with an armful of snacks plus a couple of sandwiches. Some of us are trying to make a purchase. Can you move? Oh shit. Sorry, dude. Let me get out of your way. Tristan lets go of my hands and steps aside. Darius's head follows him, and although I can't see through that hole in that paper mask of his, it feels as though he's glaring daggers at him. I see you two are well acquainted. His tone is pointed and cold. Was he put off by our PA? Ugh. As much as I love Tristan, he does tend to go a bit far with the affection, even when I'm at work. Sorry about that, Darius. Tristan, this is one of my regulars, Darius. Darius, this is my boyfriend, Tristan. Oh, so you are the infamous Darius that Sookie's been telling me about. Should have figured by the bag on your head. Nice to meet you. He holds his hand out. Darius looks at it and then back at him, and then turns his back to him so he could face the counter. Yikes, rejected. I'm aware of who you are. I could hear you two chatting from down the snack aisle. Ouch. Though, despite the icy reception, my boyfriend continues to give him a radiant smile. The awkward tension in the store continues to grow as I quietly scan the items, and then Tristan fails to initiate any conversation with Darius. With every failed attempt, that smile of his slowly uncurls into a frown. God, I hate this. I need to get that mood back on track. So, hey babe, I'm gonna jet. Need me to pick up anything on my way home? Oh no, nothing comes to mind. Gotcha. See you soon. And bye, Darius. He gives him one playful pat on the back like they were best friends. It was nice to meet you. Darius doesn't respond to either his gesture or enthusiastic-ish remark. My boyfriend takes that as his cue to leave. He gives me one last wave before he walked out. I looked at the customer across from me. Even with Tristan gone, the air of tension is still there. I'll just apologize. Hey, look, I'm sorry. I shouldn't be kissing my boyfriend at work and in turn ignoring you. That's my bad, and it won't happen again. Apology accepted. But if you really want to make things better, he points at the 2 sandwiches he picked up and rests his head on his hands, presumably giving me the sly smile. Can you give me these for free? Yes, your demands are high. The punishment must fit the crime, as they say. I laugh a bit before shaking my head. Fine. You give us a lot of business too, so you deserve it. I laid both of his sandwiches at the top of the bag to avoid them getting crushed. I didn't put all of that time and effort into making them, only for them to get completely smashed by all these snacks. The total comes out to $8.13. Pulling out his worn out brown wallet, Darius takes out a perfect looking 20 and hands it to me. Just as I'm about to pull my hands away, he closes it and pats it. You can keep the change, okay? Whoa. What? You sure? I don't need the extra cash. He shrugs. Save it for a rainy day or something. You never know what could happen. Well, thanks, Darius. Clicking a few buttons on the register, it emits a loud ding before opening. I quickly slide the 20 in and pull out the correct amount of change before stuffing it into my apron pocket. Anytime, Sookie. He picks up the bag of food. Have a wonderful rest of your shift. And you better get home safe. Don't worry, no trouble ever comes my way. I'll be fine. Holding the bag with his arm, Darius gives me a small wave with his free hand before sauntering out of the store. Now it's just me, the humming of the heater, and the quiet radio playing overhead. Well, I have a few more things I need to get done before my shift's over in a couple of hours. Then I'm free to do whatever I want. Well, within reason, of course. Boss is here, probably monitoring the cameras while he had his feet kicked up on his overcrowded desk. Walking over to the other side of the counter, I grabbed a bottle of disinfectant in a raggedy cloth I threw at Tristan earlier and start spraying the register area. Okay, I just need to refill the chip section and I'll be golden. I enter the back area and I go through the shelves for additional product. Chips, chips, chips. Oh, where are you? Oh, Chip, where are you? My precious money making chips. I mumbled it over and over again to myself as I passed by each open box. Ah, here they are. Getting on my tippy toes, I reach for the box. But before I can grab them, the lights have gone out again. Great. At least they went off as soon as I found the box. The last thing I need is to search for them in the dark. Sighing, I grabbed the box off the top of the shelf and looked over my shoulder. Boss, are these lights ever gonna get fixed? It feels like I'm in a horror movie and the unsuspecting store clerk who's going to get chopped up by the killer at the moment I turn the corner. My voice travels down the hall to my boss's office. He rolls his office chair to the doorway and throws up his hands. Hey, it's not my fault. Blame the higher-ups for taking their sweet time approving the paperwork to get the electric guys to come in. If I were in their fancy, smancy leather chairs, making bank, doing absolutely nothing, I might act the same way. Why bother lifting a finger when you don't get paid to do that? You wouldn't do the right thing if you were in their shoes, and I thought I knew you. Tisk, tisk. tisk. That goes to show you, Sookie, you never truly know a person. Oh, here you go with the wise man knowledge. Let me get out of here before you start spouting proverbs. A couple of hours later. Finally, I'm home. As soon as I stepped into my apartment, I'm greeted by a symphony of aromas coming from the kitchen and my adorable pit bull Oreo. I bend down and give him a good rub. His soft black and white coat feels so nice to the touch. Hey buddy, did you miss mommy? Bark bark. I give him a few kisses. I hear loud footsteps coming my way, and I look up to see Tristan above me with a plate of something delicious in his hand. Okay, Tristan. No kisses for the chef. I cuddle Oreo. No, only kisses for Oreo. I give my fluffy child one last kiss, and he responds with 1,000 of his own. I should think I made you this delicious carne gusada. Impressive. I hop to my feet and try to grab the plate from Tristan with my free hand. Gimme. Oh, now you're interested in me after finding out I made your favorite. Sorry, mi amor, but I won't give it up so easily. Playfully rolling my eyes, I cup his cheek and pull him in for a kiss. Alright, I'm satisfied. Here you go. He puts the plate down on the coffee table and fetches me a spoon. He takes a seat and I lay it up against him before grabbing my meal. Oreo lays at the edge of the couch, eyeing my phenomenal stew. So, how was the rest of work? Uneventful. So good. His encounter with Darius pops in my head and my stomach sinks a bit. Hey, I'm sorry about Darius. Not sure what got into him. He's never acted like that before. It was so out of left field. It's whatever. Not gonna care about what Bagman thinks or says about me. Don't call him that. What? It's a fitting name for the guy. But it sounds rude. How would you like if someone called you Mr. Eggplant? Oh wait, I can't go back. What's this? Wait. Okay, I can't go back. But it sounds rude. How would you like it if I called you Mr. Eggplant because of your hair? Not because of my I shoved my elbow into his pelvis, narrowly missing his eggplant. Oof! He lurches forward and I can feel him rest his chin on top of my head. You're missing the point. If you ever bump into him again, for the love of God, do not call him that. Just call him by his actual name. And who knows, maybe you'll end up in his good graces. Still reeling from the critical hit to his pelvis moments earlier, he lets out a groan. I don't doubt that ever happened after today, but sure. Whatever will make you happy, babe. Thank you. I stare into my healthy stew as I recount the rest of my shift. That's when I remember. Oh, you said you had something to talk about. To talk to me about. Yeah. So the boys and I were thinking of going on a camping trip later this week for a few days. Are the same boys where you all did late night karaoke after getting drunk at the club and you were so bad the workers had no choice but to kick you out. The same boys who got you high with that one time, and you all thought you were animals. Need I remind you that you thought that you were a cow and then ate the Cobb salad like you the Cobb salad I got you like it was grass? Well, the same boys. Before I could continue on, Tristan puts a hand on my mouth. Yes, the same boys. They're the only people I call the boys, mi amor. I shrug. Well, you know you don't need my permission to go and hang out with them. Just be careful, okay? Actually, I was thinking maybe you can come with. I look over my shoulder and stare at him. Me? On a camping trip? With them in the middle of the woods? He nods eagerly, just like Oreo whenever he gets bacon flavored treats. No. Oh, why not? As much as I like them, I'm not sure if I can handle the whole trip of you and your guys' shenanigans. But it'll be fun. It'll be fun until one of them has their head halfway in the bear's mouth because they wanted to feed it some of their camp food. Nope. Plus, who's gonna watch Oreo? There's no way I'm trusting him in the hands of a stranger. Maybe your sister? We've been over this, Tristan. She's allergic to dogs. I would hate to put her through that for our sake. He lets out a sigh. Man, I was hoping to spend more time with you in the great outdoors. You have a man that wants to spend some time with you, even when he going on a boys trip. Nigga, do what you gotta do. Gotta keep that nigga, cause niggas nowadays ain't trying to spend no time. I ain't gonna hold you. Not at all. Oh man, I hate seeing him pout like that. So I push myself upwards to give him a peck on the lips. He perks up a bit. Maybe after your trip we can plan a small romantic getaway somewhere. Just us and Oreo in the little log cabin by the lake. We haven't done one of those in a while, I guess. But I really wanted to be with you on this trip. It'll make for a good bonding experience for all of us. Plus, if we had a fourth, that'll make it nice and even. We won't have to worry about someone sleeping by themselves. I let out an internal sigh. On the one hand, I get it. Who wouldn't want their girlfriend to be best buds with their friends? But on the other hand, I just wish he would drop it and let us plan something with just us. Sorry, but it's still no, Tristan. I'm sure you'll find someone else to fill that empty spot and join that sausage fest of yours. Okay. We chat a bit more about the upcoming trip and where it'll be at. Apparently, they have their eyes set for New Moon's campground. It's right on the top of the mountain where the lake nearby, where camp goers fish. It sounds nice. Maybe he'll take me there later in the year. Eventually, I finish up my stew and I wash my plate before putting it in the dishwasher. I let out a loud yawn, and a long day at work hits me like a sack of bricks. Sounds like someone is tired. He pulls me towards the bed. Come on, I'll tuck you in. I'll even let you be the little spoon this time. Oh, me? The little spoon? How considerate of you. He pulls me into the bedroom, making sure Oreo also comes along before turning off the living room lights and closing the bedroom door. Darius's POV. I hate him. 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 I've hated him ever since I saw him with Sookie a year ago. What does that piece of shit think he is? Putting his hands all over her like that, like she's his plaything. And at work nonetheless. She would have been scolded if her boss came out and saw her doing that. He's such an inconsiderate piece of shit. And she had to apologize for him. Meanwhile, he's smiling without a care in the world. It's always been like that. He never thinks about her or how she feels. What did a selfish piece of shit like him do to convince her that he's worthy of her love? I slam my hand down into the wooden desk. It shakes along with my box cutter from work. It doesn't make any sense. I've done so much for her. I kept her company at work. I make sure she's okay when she drives home at night. I keep an eye on her when she's cooking. And for what? For her to be cuddled up to some man who thinks he's better than me? It should be me who's making her dinner, making dinner for her every night. I should be the one she's lying up against while we're sleeping under the blue comforter. I should be the one she's telling everything to. I slam my head down, my hands down on my desk again, and I can feel bits of my skin scrape from the impact. I won't lose the most precious gift life has ever given to me to a bottom feeder. I glance at my green box cutter sitting on a few inches away. It's been attached to my side ever since I started working at the fish market. You never know when you might need to cut something open. It's always there at the ready. I'll do whatever it takes to make sure of that. A sadistic sounding laugh escapes between my lips as I imagine him begging for his life as I kneeled over him, weapon in hand. And with each beg, I drive my box cutter deeper into him, just like how I cut up the fish at the market with my knife. His blood coated like me, coating me like the fish guts when I'm halfway through chopping them up. His hands clawing at me like the helpless little fish flapping around after it's been exposed to air. Every time I cut up a fish, their pungent aroma fills my nostrils. It's a smell I'll never grow tired of. I wonder, what would your death smell like? Would it fill me with the same indescribable lust for carnage? Or would I discover a newfound level of ecstasy? We'll find out together, won't we, Tristan? Oh, shit. He's obsessed. A little inconvenience. Oh my goodness. That was A Little Inconvenience. The demo was pretty long. But I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, and then when the new game comes out and you like it, put it down in the comments and I'll play it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching me play. Y'all be easy and stay dangerous, my nigga.